Good morning, Wolfpack. Welcome to Wednesday morning. Having some lovely weather at the moment. I think it's going to be quite hot today actually as well. You know, hot compared to the rest of winter, not hot as like summer in Perth. Anyway, today we're going to continue moving through the original Pilates Matwork repertoire. We're going to be doing what's known as the abs series of 5. Yes, abs, all abs. This is not fun. I assure you, it's actually pretty awful. Your abs will burn, but it will be quite worth it. There's, not sure if it's 2 or 3 of these, I think it's only 2 actually. 2 of these exercises didn't appear in the original Joseph Pilates repertoire, but they were added by one of the instructors, Romana, who came along after Pilates, after Joseph died. There's quite an interesting story about the course that the practice of Pilates went through after Joseph Pilates' death. Anyway, so Romana added a couple of exercises to the repertoire, and 2 of those will appear in this little series. So it's 5 exercises. There is single leg stretch, which is not only a good exercise, but it's also a really good stretch. Surprise, surprise. Double leg stretch. There is the single straight leg stretch, which is also known as scissors, and the double straight leg stretch, which is known as a little piece of hell. That's just what I call it. I don't know what other people call it. And then finally, crisscross. And if you're old enough to have been listening to popular type music, when would it have been? In the 90s, I think. You'll know that crisscross makes you jump, jump. Anyway, moving on. We won't be doing any jumping. This is all abs. So we'll be laying down on our backs. We might as well just get straight into it, because I was just thinking we might do a little bit of a warm up, but we won't. We will just get straight into it because we're going to be layering up the exercises again. So these exercises are designed to be quite challenging, but we will build up to the full expression of the exercise as we go through. Stop where you need to. So as we layer, stop at any layer that is enough for you. I do strongly recommend when we go up to the next more difficult layer, give it a go, and then if it's too much today, just come back to the one that you were quite comfortable with. So you should always keep moving, just come back to that slightly less challenging version of the exercise as we go. All right, let's go. Single leg stretch. So laying down on your back, and just start feet flat on the floor, knees bent, and then just bring one knee into your chest, and then grab onto that knee and just pull it in towards your chest. Put that one back down and switch over. Bring it into the chest, pull it in nice and tight, and down. You're probably wondering now what all the fuss is about. Doesn't seem all that hard at all. You're right, it doesn't seem hard yet, does it? Just keep going like that for now. Now we're going to do 4 more on each side, and for those 4, tuck your chin to your chest and lift your shoulders up off the floor. Keep going, pulling the knee in. Last one like that. Head back down. Now bring your knees into the tabletop, or your legs into tabletop, so that's 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knees. And do that again. Bring your knee in and switch over. Be conscious of the waistband of your pants pushing down into the mat. Again, we'll do 4 more. Head and shoulders up off the mat. Last one. Bring it all back down for a very short rest. Now take both legs out long. Bring one in and down. You'll probably find it's a little bit harder to keep the waist down, band into the mat with your legs out long. And it will lift a little bit, that's okay. But just try to keep it pushed down to minimise the amount of lift it does. When your knee comes back in, you'll find it does settle it back into the mat a bit better. But just in between, just be conscious of it. And then we'll do 4 more with the head lifted up. And lay back down straight. Okay, so that's all the easy stuff. Now it's time for the real thing. Well, almost the real thing, actually. Hands behind your head. Oh, hang on, no. Cancel that. Arms out long. Lift your head and shoulders up. And then bring one knee in. Pull it to your chest. And just hover the other foot up off the mat. Hold yourself in that shape. Shouldn't take too much effort to hold yourself there. And push your waistband down into the mat. And then switch over. Bring the other leg in close. And switch over. And switch. Keep switching. Now you're doing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in. Give yourself a little stretch through your back. All right. 1 of 5 down. So now we have the double leg stretch. So this time, knees into chest, like a ball. And just legs straight up to the ceiling. And take your hands just to the outside of your thighs. So your hands are just going to move from 2 positions. Outside of your thighs, and then to your knees to draw them into your chest. Legs go nice and long. Toes pointed to the ceiling. And get ready for 4 more with your chin to your chest. Lift up now. 2, 1. Drop everything down. Arms up over your head, have a bit of a stretch that way. Now this time, we're going to be going out on a 45-degree angle. So first time we're straight up, next time will be a 45-degree angle. So probably start in tabletop and then extend out, hands go to the thighs, and then bring the knees in. Draw them in really nice and tight. Head and shoulders up for the last 4, 3, 2, 1 and down. I'm liking the arms over the head stretch at the moment. Now, proper double leg stretch is legs out long, really long. Now, I don't think I have the strength to be able to do it and keep the waistband of my pants down into the mat for the whole exercise. So I'm going to give it a go, but I will probably come back into 45. So if you need to do that, go right ahead. We'll start with our head and shoulders down again. And then as we get toward the end, we will lift them up for the last 4. Now, if I do go into 45, when it is time for the last 4, I am going to drop my legs back down as best I can. So let's see how we go. Okay. So just tuck your knees into your chest to start, and then out long as you can. Remembering the back of your pants into the mat. Okay, that's too much for me already. Alright, last 4. Chin up and long if you can. 2, 1, and down. 2 or 5 exercises done. That is the double leg stretch. Okay. Now single leg stretch. This is a bit of a difficult one to layer up actually, but we can give it a go. So start with both knees bent, and then take your one leg out long, up toward the ceiling, and then lift yourself up and pull that leg in towards you. I don't have great flexibility in this right leg. Lower it back to the floor, bring it in. Other leg long, up to the ceiling. Sit yourself up, pull it in, lower everything back down, back to bent leg foot on the floor. First leg again, long, ceiling, curl up, 2 pulls, let it all back down, and keep going. Waistband into the mat as always. Now this time when you bring your head up, leave it up. And let it all back down. Have a little rest. This is hard work on the abs. Alright, so now both legs out long. Right leg up tall, sit up to meet it, give it a pull, and down. Left leg long, up, pull, and down. Stay up, head up. I think I've done too many, and drop that down. Yeah, I think I did 5. Okay, so that's almost the whole thing, but not quite. Alright, so this time, we'll do the whole thing. Head and shoulders come up. Just bring one leg up. Get used to that position. Lift the other leg up off the floor. And switch. And switch. And keep switching. Waistband stays into the mat. Little pulses at the top. Just reach as far up as your leg as you can. Keeping them as straight as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oh, that one's hard work. Once you get going. Now this next one, the double leg stretch, I have some real difficulty with. So this might even be one where you can feel free to go on ahead and I'll stay with the not quite so challenging version. Alright, so you might be able to guess that the double leg stretches in a lot of respects very much the same as the single leg stretch. So we want to be taking our legs, and it's both of them, I'm just demonstrating to you with one, from there to there and back again. So both legs moving on a really long lever is not going to be easy. So we'll start with a slightly easier version. So hands come behind the head, elbows out wide, waistband squashed into the mat. Take both legs into tabletop and just lower them down as far as you can until you feel your waistband lift off the mat, which for me is not very far. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax back down. I find this really hard, which just means that I need to do a lot more of it. Now we're going to take the legs, both legs, up high, hands behind the head, chin to chest, arms wide, and just lift and lower to 45 degrees, then back to the ceiling. Paying attention to the shirt and the mat, or the waistband and the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yep, that is definitely as far as I can do. So we're going to do one more set of that. I invite you to stay with me there, or just go as low as you can. So nice smooth movements, up and down, heels almost to the floor, and back up. That's the end goal. Just get as close to the end goal as you can today. Right. Toes to the ceiling. Let's do this, wolf pack. Legs long, curled up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, stay with me, 3, 2, we can do it, 1, and we're done. try now to roll that away. I find that really hard work. This means I need to do it more. Alright, stretch out long. Give it a wiggle. And now we're going to crisscross and make you jump, jump. Alright, it's easy. Everyone knows how to do this. So, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Hands come behind your head, link behind your head, elbows that wide. Sit up and cross over, bringing one shoulder to the opposite knee. And come back. Other side. Keep going like that. Try to point the whole of the front of your shirt at the opposite wall when you sit up and twist. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Whew. I'm glad we're at the end of it, guys. Okay. Knees up into tabletop, hands behind the head. Do all that again. Don't let your head come all the way down to the floor this time. Just sort of the tips of your shoulder blades can come down. And that's all. Four, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay. Curl up, hands behind your head, come to tabletop. Then the same leg as elbow that's pointed up extends out long. Bring the opposite knee and the opposite elbow closer to each other. And then switch over. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down. That is all the work we are going to do today. Hands up over your head, arms out long, legs out long, toes pointed to the wall. Imagine someone has a hold of your fingertips and your toes, and you're being pulled as long as they can get you. And then roll over onto your stomach. Come onto your elbows. Give the front of you a stretch out. And just push the mat away with your elbows. Lift your head up toward the ceiling. Push your belly into the floor. Take your eyes up to the ceiling. Lay down flat, extend out long. Give everything a wiggle. And we're finished. So that was the abs set of 5, part of the Pilates repertoire. Lots of fun, not. But really, really good for your abs. And it's a lot of those movements are quite foundational to a lot of what is to come as the repertoire progresses. Last week we did some of the rolling type exercises, which gets you used to being inverted. And so the combination between a lot of those long leg type moves and the rolling type moves come up a lot through the repertoire. So that's why Joseph wanted us to systematically and incrementally move our way through the repertoire. As we got stronger, we could progress. So I find it actually really quite cool to see some exercises later on in the repertoire I can do okay because I have the requisite strength for those, but some of the easier ones I don't have the strength for, and that just demonstrates sort of whole body imbalances. So I'm strong some places and weak as water in other places, and it just highlights the sorts of things that you really do need to work on. I love it anyway. Okay, have a great Wednesday, everyone. I hope to see you on Friday evening for our wind down. Have a great week. See you.